the truth is the opportunity is always there. Like the next video can be your 1 million video, no matter how small you are. This is not true on Twitch, which is one of the reasons I am so big on YouTube, right? Is that like on Twitch, you could be a fantastic content creator. I mean, like literally the funniest guy on earth and never get discovered. Hi, how you doing?
Dude, I'm doing well, man.
Hell yeah, dude. It's good to hear from you, my friend.
Yeah, it's been. We should probably talk more, I think.
Well, we can with this. This is the way that I talk to people, though. I just like talk to them on stream. It's easier.
Right.
Yeah, it's exactly the same anyway. Like,
I'm starting to realize, like, if I want to be friends with people who are streamers, I have to just hang out with them on their stream.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You know, it's not a problem. What's up, guys? It's me, Jeremy. I am the founder, owner, I guess the head guy at Curios. Right now, we actually run 12 YouTube channels. We've run as much as 15 in the past. I've uploaded over 3,000 videos on YouTube in my lifetime. I've been making YouTube videos for about 8 years now. And that's kind of like our main thing. If you've seen any of our channels before, Gaming Curios, we started in League of Legends. We got really big in Overwatch as well. We're doing stuff in Apex Legends, Brawl Stars, and we actually do quite a few channels that aren't under our brand. So there are channels that I don't really talk about to people, but in total, we've probably at least attempted, I would say, around 30 or 40 channels. But 12 is what we're running right now today.
It's a lot of channels, man. That was a good intro too. That was a very YouTube-y intro.
Right. It comes with the profession, I guess.
Yeah, that was a very official introduction. Hi, it's me. Gaming Curious.
Well, you said to introduce myself, so
that was the only official thing we had to do. Yeah.
I learned from you at TwitchCon. Like when I introduce myself, I gotta hype myself up a little bit more, I think.
I think so. Yeah. Like, oh, definitely, especially if you're doing it like in person like that. Because like they'll ask themselves like why they care or why do we care, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time when you tell someone like, oh yeah, I'm a YouTuber, they assume that you're just like some guy with 200 subscribers with 10 videos or something like that, you know?
It depends who you tell it to. I think if you tell that to like an influencer, they think so. But if you tell that to like a Trader Joe's employee or something, like I tell people at Trader Joe's that I'm a YouTuber because I don't want to bother with like telling them that I'm a Twitch streamer. And they're like, oh my God, you're amazing. And I'm like, I literally just told you that I'm a YouTuber. Like, that's all I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my perspective because I have a lot of people who come up to me and they say, oh yeah, I'm a YouTuber. And I'm like, oh, sweet. That's awesome. What's your YouTube channel? And I look them up and they have like 3 videos in the last 5 years. And I'm like,
that actually is what it is. That is what it is because like, if you're okay, this is the same thing that happens. Like if you're a writer, if you're an author, right? MC will come up and go, oh, I'm a writer. And you've like you have like a bestseller, definitely. Right? You're like, fuck off. Like, you know, like, well, it's the same.
Oh, yeah. No, I know all about that. I live in Los Angeles, man. Everyone here is an actor or filmmaker somehow.
Yeah, or an influencer. Yeah, I'm an Instagrammer. It's like you got 400 followers, dude. Like, I don't know what's going on. No, that's true. Like for me, that would do you want to like? I think that this just applies to every single job you're in because when I was running a company, I got so many people that are like, hey, can I connect with you? I'm a CEO, and I'm like, what are you the CEO of? And they're like, oh, my 1-person company in my basement.
My living room.
Yeah, where I like, I sold some lemonade to like a grandma once. And I'm like, God damn it, dude. Right. Like, that's a tilter for anybody in any industry. But it's not, it's like, you're like a real YouTuber. Like, well, yeah. You're the literal, what do you mean, I guess? You're the literal definition of a real YouTuber. Isn't that like, do you make full-time income off of YouTube, right? Easily.
Yeah, I've been doing it full-time for, I think, 5 years now.
I mean, you're a professional YouTuber.
Yeah, I've actually like never really had another job either. Because I started when I was in high school 8 years ago. So
fuck, that's crazy.
That's actually the only life I know.
This is the only life I know. YouTube life. I didn't choose YouTube life. YouTube life chose me.
Something like that. I'm pretty sure I chose the YouTube
I
life.
chose YouTube life. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have 3,000 videos or more. What
Probably
is
more than
what
that
is the
at this
most
point. I
successful
don't know.
video you've ever done? I've never asked you this.
Actually, the most successful video we ever did was kind of recent. We uploaded a video called The Evolution of Overwatch.
Okay.
And it was this really cool piece where we just kind of showed the progression of the game and just like how the game developed and progressed, and it like totally blew up. We posted it, I think, last December,
Holy shit.
and now it's at like 5 million.
Yeah.
That's our most viewed video, I guess, if you would consider that the most successful one.
I just had my most successful video ever. My last video.
Yeah, I saw,
Yeah.
man. You're making moves.
I
You're
don't-
making
I
moves.
don't
Your
know-
YouTube's growing, dude.
I
I'm proud
don't
of
know
you.
why. Oh, thank you. That actually means like okay, that's like so cool. Like if you say that, then I'm like, okay, it actually means something. Like, I got a DM from Hector, like Optic Hector.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is good content. Keep it up. And
Dude,
I was
that's-
like,
dude,
I was
I've
like,
been watching your
"Oh."
YouTube channel since you had 300 subscribers.
Really?
I have literally seen like all your videos, I think.
Holy shit.
Like I was watching your videos from when you were on CLG and you weren't ever streaming.
Oh, these
and
like
you had like the Mylixia channel, but then you were still uploading on the Devin Nash channel. And
I
it was
had-
like smaller.
I had
but
like
I've seen
these
them all,
these like weird personal development videos down here. Yeah.
Dude, those videos are fantastic.
They're
Those videos literally changed my life. Like
No
they
shit.
actually did.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Like there's so many things that I started doing because of those videos, like that I can specifically point out too. Like I started meditating because of those old videos, and it like really improved my life,
Holy shit.
productivity, and it also just like really set me on the path of self-improvement. It was actually my first like exposure to self-improvement content, and now I'm like super into it. It's like probably what I would consider my main hobby.
Yeah, mine too. It's just
I
like
just
sitting
love
and
it.
listening to podcasts that are like productive, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I was talking to a dude named it's actually, I don't know if he wants to be, he'll tell me if he wants to. He's in chat right now. But like there's a dude I was talking to last night, and he was like telling me, he's like, yeah, I'm from like a third world, well, not a third world, but like second world country where like people don't really give a shit about this. He's like he said the same thing. It's like I sort of was just like, yeah, is this guy Paintbrush Hero? He's like, I was sort of introduced into like self-development content through this community, and then I started, and that's like for me, that's like all I do. Like I probably consume, whether it be like Tim Ferriss, Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson, anybody that is like focused on like self-improvement and psychology, I probably consume that stuff like maybe like 10 or 20 hours a week. Easy. Like when I'm walking places, when I'm in the shower, every minute that I can do, I listen to self-improvement content. It's like, and it's like, it just keeps going up. Like your life gets better and better and better as you like absorb the techniques that other people have.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think one of the coolest things about learning and self-improvement in general is like once you learn something or some kind of like trick or technique to make your life better, you have that forever,
Yeah.
right? Like if I find something that makes my life like 1% better or saves me an extra 10 minutes a day, or even if it's something small like that, I'm going to get that benefit for literally the rest of my entire life.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
And it's just going to like exponentially build on itself until I become a Superman by the time I'm 80, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and that's what's so crazy is that the all of this is exponential, right? So like if you start on a path and you grow yourself, and like in 5 years you'll be so much further along than you were
Yes,
originally.
absolutely. Like
Yeah.
I think by far and away, the number one thing that made me a successful YouTuber was the fact that I always like really spent a lot of time trying to learn as much as possible about the platform.
Mhm.
Like really everything I know about YouTube was developed over, tons of experimentation. And there were so many videos that I posted with a very specific purpose of like learning something,
Yes.
trying a new thumbnail or a new title style. And over time that developed into like a really in-depth knowledge of the platform, I think.
That's super cool. I try to approach exactly the same thing. Like I can tell you every video I've done is like a test of some kind. Weirdly enough, like here's one that I can't figure out. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk hours about the meta as time goes on, but like
Mhm.
Both of my videos that have over 100K views are the same title. The truth behind the.
Yeah.
It's
So
super
I
weird.
love this. So I'd love to talk about your Shroud video because that's like the more recent one. I have actually seen these videos, so I think it's like something I can talk about.
Yeah.
I feel like these videos did a really good job of framing the content in a way that makes it really interesting to a potential new viewer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I think, something that's missed on a lot of people, particularly Twitch streamers that make YouTube videos, is like YouTube. It's really important to sort of describe, or I guess market your content to a new audience, right? Because people who watch your YouTube videos are going to watch your YouTube videos kind of no matter what, right? Like me, I'm going to click on every Devin Nash YouTube video and watch it regardless of what the title is. So it's really important to make your content accessible to new viewers. But the thing is, new viewers don't really care about Devin Nash until they've
Right.
already seen some of your content. And Shroud moving to Mixer, of course, as well as the Optic Buyout, they're two like very interesting community events, really popular, really big, just things people are talking about and overall discussing a lot in the community. And I think these two videos, something you did in them that was really cool that I thought is you do a really good job of making it seem like there's something in this video that people are not going to get by watching another person's video.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like when you title it "The Truth Behind Shroud's Mixer Move," like you could really it's just an in-depth analysis of the move and what this feature is going to be like and etc. But when you title it something like that, "The Truth Behind Shroud's Mixer Move," it makes it seem like you have some kind of like thing or some kind of secret that you know that nobody else knows. And I feel like that sells the video really well. And as a result, that's why you're getting so many views. And videos on YouTube will get views if they deserve it.
Yeah.
So really your video is probably just performing really well in the algorithm and then it just pops off. Like I've had videos that got 2 million views in the first week, Of course, I've had videos that get 2 million views over 5 years, but sometimes it just pops off because it's just like a really interesting video, good content, and it's marketed well.
One of the things you said is like so important is like a lot of people don't think of content that way. They think like the like the truth is the opportunity is always there. Like the next video can be your 1 million video, no matter how small you are. This is not true on Twitch, which is one of the reasons I am so big on YouTube, right? Is that like on Twitch, you could be a fantastic content creator. I mean, like literally the funniest guy on earth and never get discovered.
Mm-hmm.
Not never, but like
definitely.
It would be really hard. But on YouTube, that will not happen because if people start to engage with it, the algorithm picks you up.
Yeah, you could literally delete all of my channels and I would probably be back making a full-time income on YouTube in definitely under 3 months. I could probably do it in under 1 month, honestly.
That's an Andrew Carnegie quote. Have you ever heard that quote?
Maybe that's a hot take. Andrew Carnegie, no.
Yeah, like take away all of my factories and my salesmen, but leave what I know. I'll be back up and running in a fucking month. Yeah, like that's
definitely.
Yeah. And one of the really interesting things about the Shroud video, like you said, like it appeals to new viewers. 80,000 people, 79,470 people as of right now are people that are unsubscribed to the channel that watch this video. So like a huge percentage of people.
Wait, I would expect it to be way more. Usually it's like 90 to 95%.
Well,
that are not subscribed.
Let me see. Oh, actually, okay. Oh, you're right. It is because there's an unknown and there's a not subscribed.
Yeah, because the analytics probably didn't load. So I know the exact analytic you're talking about, and unknown is actually people that are not subscribed to you.
Okay,
I think it's
let me add it together.
Considered. I think unknown is considered people who maybe aren't logged into an account.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know for sure, but it's definitely not people that are subscribed to you. I can tell you that much at least.
103,000 people, a total. So we're not subscribed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means that like that's how many people. Like, holy fuck, dude. When I think about what I would have to do to get 103,000 new people to watch my Twitch channel and engage with it, I can't even imagine it. It would take so much effort, and the algorithm did everything for me, like on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to remember, for every single viewer on Twitch, there is literally 100 viewers on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, there's 100. Like, imagine if you're a Twitch streamer and you could increase your viewers by 100 times. You know, like that is possible. That is genuinely possible with YouTube.
But it's even more than that, because it would be those viewers times whatever exponential value you get as a result of, because every viewer brings it. It's like ants. Like, it's like one ant reports that there's food there, and then like goes back and tells more ants. And if more ants go and find it's interesting, then more ants come, to the point where there's like infinite ants.
Definitely. And actually, so you mentioned that you have a lot of viewers that aren't subscribed to you, and that's kind of normal, right? Especially if you have a video that does really well.
Yeah, I can pull up my analytics,
and above average. But the thing that's always been really interesting to me is that I have realized recently that whether or not someone subscribes to you on YouTube actually literally does not matter at all. If they watch your video all the way through and finish it, it's basically almost as if they subscribe to you, even if they don't actually subscribe to you. Because what's going to happen is, after they watch one of your videos all the way through, more of your videos are going to show up in their feed, and your new videos will show up in their feed, and you'll already get put into that person's algorithm without them even subscribing to you. And that's basically why subscribers on YouTube literally doesn't matter, is because when someone watches your video, they are subscribing to you, basically, in terms of how many of your videos are going to get shown to them.
So the problem with that is that I think is one thing I've noticed about the recommended algorithm. You can confirm this or deny it. Like,
sure,
it will recommend you videos that are based on your early, like your watch history. But let's say you haven't engaged with somebody for like a month. Okay, so like I'm subscribed to like Joe Rogan. I'm subscribed to like here's a guy that like does really good like metal music, and like he does like gaming metal music. I might not be like, so his videos after a while of not watching that kind of content will disappear off the recommended feed. But if I'm subscribed to him, I'll see them pop up on my subscriptions feed. So I think overall, like the subscription is stronger.
You're definitely right. But the thing is, most YouTube viewers don't actually use a subscription feed.
Really?
It's really not that much, like maybe 20% or so.
Holy shit.
The thing is, like, YouTube and particularly getting views on the homepage is very momentum based, right? Like, if you have a video that does really well, like this has happened to me a lot, right? Where I have channels that are posting videos and they're getting maybe 10, 20K views each. And then we have one video only that just pops off and gets like 500K views. Then all of a sudden, our other videos get promoted way more, and we go from getting 20K views average to getting like 40K or 50K. And the momentum just really, really carries. But the same also works in reverse, right? Where if you have a bunch of videos that do really well, and then you start posting a couple that just like don't really get views, or maybe you're posting Pony Adventure Quest videos and just nobody cares about them because it's a totally different content style for your channel, then it's going to cause the rest of your videos to fall off and get promoted less and less in terms of just the homepage.
Interesting. Huh. So what YouTube says that my traffic source is from browse features, what does that mean?
Browse features means the homepage, and recommended videos.
Oh, so that's exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
I think I'm looking at your stream. I think that it says subscribers is what, 16%? Because, well, I guess the biggest thing is that the majority of your views come from people who aren't subscribed to you, right?
Yeah.
So, like, relying on your subscription feed to get views doesn't really make sense, because for starters, 90% of your viewers aren't even subscribed to you.
Right. Yeah.
So it's really like all about the homepage and the recommended videos. Especially the homepage is where you can like really pop off.
Interesting. Okay. The homepage. So when you say the homepage, like you mean like if it pops up on somebody's actual homepage, which it does based on like search history or like or like search recommendation history and things like that. And so what you're saying is like if somebody watches a video from you all the way through, then they're going to be suggested, especially if someone watches one of my videos, because my videos are fucking 20 minutes long.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like at least, yeah. And I know that's not optimal, but one of the things that I've been doing is, do you know a YouTuber named Captain Sinbad?
I think I've heard the name before.
He's not terribly big, but he had a really good video a couple of days ago called "I've Wasted My Life," and he had a talk in that about two things, and this is like a self-development concept.
Okay.
He talked. He called it. It's something that I immediately took a note on. I've never heard it described this way, where it's called motion versus action. Okay, so the idea is, let's say that you sit down and you write out 20 ideas for an article that you want to write, okay, or for a video you want to make. Let's make it relevant to us. So it's like you write down 20 ideas for a video that you want to make. So he would call that motion. And then if you actually sit down and make a video, that's action. And his point is that action is always more valuable than motion. And that there are times when you can use motion, like if you want to write down your goals or something like that, but that 99% of people are focusing way too much on motion instead of action. And so with my YouTube channel, I realized that was what I was doing. And so I started uploading, because if you start thinking about oh fuck, I'm gonna start uploading a couple of if I get it in my head and I'm like, what am I gonna do after this Shroud video? Obviously the next video that I make is not gonna be nearly this successful. There's no way. And if I get that in my head, then what happens is I start to do motion stuff, and we'll figure out how do I make my videos better, when the real answer is just to consistently put videos out there so you have the opportunity to actually do something, because action is the only thing that creates results. And this is true for everything in life, I think.
Yeah, definitely. No, I absolutely agree. I think it's very true. It's especially true for YouTube. I cannot tell you the amount of people I've met in my life who want to be YouTubers, and I talk to them and I say, okay, cool. So what do you make videos about? And they've just never even uploaded one video.
Yeah.
It's
they're in their head. They're thinking about it.
It's like a weird paradox. It's you want to be a YouTuber, but you've never even uploaded a video. How, what are you expecting to happen, really? And I think especially on YouTube, I believe YouTube is very much a skill-based platform. Being a YouTuber or being successful on YouTube is kind of a hard skill that you can learn. It can be taught. It's difficult to learn. Don't get me wrong, but approaching YouTube from this whole perspective of I have to learn the skill of being a YouTuber, I think is definitely the best path to success. I uploaded, I think it was probably around 200 videos before I even passed 500 subscribers originally. It took me 2 years to pass 500 subscribers. That's initially.
Insane. Yeah.
But then eventually, now, if I deleted all my channels, I could pass 500 subscribers in I've done channels where the first video posted on the channel got 200,000 views.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and it's
it's very much a learning process. It's all about that. The thing is, when you take action, you learn so much better than
if you just plan. Yeah. And it's because the vision of the vision of being a YouTuber is the dopamine hit. It's not the actual process of action. It's the brain's fucking weird. What did I listen to? It was, I listened to so much stuff like this. I can't remember what it was, but oh no. This is so we've been having a Harvard psychiatrist on the stream lately, and it's been just a dude that we've been talking about. And I think he understands the brain very well. I don't agree with him on everything, but this is one of the things that I do agree with him on. And one of the things that he was talking about was, he was like, man, the brain is really, really badly trained, in the sense that the brain will receive all the benefit psychologically from the feeling of getting things done. Has anybody in the chat you've ever just needed to do something and instead you clean your house? I do this all the time, where it's I really need to do something important. Yeah, and it's your brain gets fulfilled by doing something that doesn't really add value to your circumstances. So it's I a lot of times what I used to do when I was procrastinating really bad is I would write out all my goals, and then I'd be fuck yeah, I've written out all my goals and I understand exactly what I'm going to do. But the net that I actually put into the world was fucking zero. I didn't add anything. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely believe that the human brain is very poorly conditioned for modern productivity.
Oh
Like, it's
yeah.
just not like efficient for modern times, really.
Yeah, we're trained to like fucking run from tigers and shit. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like the whole thing
Yeah.
is like so bad. Yeah, it's and I constantly think about that, and I think so this doctor that we're talking to, we have like a meeting with him every Friday on the stream, and like the conclusion we're getting to is like the only way that you can actually beat this is consciousness. This is really the only way. So you absolutely just have to be aware.
Yeah.
And
I agree with that.
yeah, like you have to like actually be able to stop yourself in the moment itself and be like, okay, this is happening. Do I want this? And that's why meditation is so important, because it facilitates that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think also like habits are really important. Like, human beings are creatures of habit, you know. I'm
Mhm.
sure you've read The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg.
Yep.
Definitely my most favorite book.
Have you
I
read
haven't been
Atomic
reading-
Habits?
So I only started reading in general about a year ago.
Okay. Yeah.
Partly because of you, but I haven't read like that many books in general. But that's definitely my most favorite book I read so far. And something that I always come back to in that book is one of the studies that they did that they talked about in that book, where it said 40% of all actions in your life, on average, 40% of the actions in an average human's life are controlled by habits.
I'm surprised it's that low. I would think it would be higher.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you think it would be higher. I guess the first time I read that, I was like, wow, this is crazy. But then when you really think about it, it's like, huh, maybe it could be higher. But
Yeah.
I guess that was like the average. So maybe there's people who have more. For someone like you, it's probably more than 40%.
Dude, reading
I don't know.
Reading
Yes,
is fucking crazy. Like it's actually insane how busted reading is. Even in the current like I kind of like meta of consuming information, and I do this a lot, right? Is like podcasting, audio, video. None of that compares to a book. A book is, especially the ones that like I like to read or suggest, like the New York Times like bestsellers that are like about nonfiction books about self-improvement. That is a dude who sat down for like 5 years and collected everything they possibly could about that subject, distilled it into 200 pages, and then released it. After tons of people peer reviewed it and like did like a ton of work on it. Like, books are fucking busted.
I actually think for me personally, I absorb information better in a video format. Like, the majority of my self-improvement content that I consume is watching YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
And
sure.
I've realized that I definitely absorb the information better in a YouTube video, but I definitely think reading is really fun. And I usually read for about 30 minutes in the morning. That's kind of like my reading habit. 30 minutes, maybe sometimes an hour if I get really into it. And it's just like a fun way to wake up. And I find that sometimes I don't really absorb or remember the information that well when I'm reading, but other times, I guess it depends like how interesting it is, right? Like sometimes I'll read a self-improvement book and it's kind of boring and I don't absorb the information at all. But then other times the book is really interesting or it's on a topic that I really, really think is cool. Then I'll absorb the information a lot better.
It's hard to make a good book, but when you get one, it's like the comparison is the books, like some of the books so there's a couple of books that have like completely fucking changed my life for highly personal reasons. So like the two best books I've ever read of all time are both books I don't recommend to other people because I don't know if they do anything for people. Okay. The first one is Siddhartha by Herman Hesse, and that book completely and utterly changed my life. Like without any doubt. And like that more than, and even out of the hundreds of, so it's funny, I actually still have a playlist here, which I actually have never brought this up on stream, but I've had this since high school, and it's called Motivational Videos, and it's just videos that are just that.
Oh,
I
have the same kind of playlist.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. And I update this list all the time, and it's just videos about, and I used to listen to these every single day before school. I would do this. It just goes on and on and on. So I do stuff like that. But like when I read Siddhartha, no, don't do this, chat. Don't write these books down. Fuck. See, this is why I don't usually do these. because like people will read them like, and then like I promise you, fucking a month from now they'll be like, this book sucks. Like, why did Devin recommend this? And I'm like, fuck you. I didn't recommend it to you. I specifically did it. It's like when I tell you not to play EVE Online, I mean don't play EVE Online. Don't play it. Okay, like yeah. It's like just because, because it's one person's dharma, right? And then the best book that I've ever read, in my life, was a book called Shantaram, right? And Shantaram is a book about, it's a novel, a true story of a book about a guy who was in a maximum security Australian prison for murdering someone. And he escaped to India.
What?
He escaped true story, all of his true story. He escaped to India, and then he decided to he joined the mob, like the Indian mob. And then he decided to totally change his life and become a clinician and start a clinic in the slums. And it's his story. It is fucking 1,000 pages long. And
wow.
and I, like this book, from the moment that I started reading it to the end of it, was completely encapsulating. But every person I've ever recommended to fucking hated it, right? But the point is, like, a book has the power to move you in a way that I think no other content medium does.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just like individual books are very different from one another. You know, you can get really so many different types or styles or different things.
Another one that's like the best self-development book I've ever read is called The Untethered Soul. And I took this book with me to France with one other book called Vagabonding. And just read it on the subway. And this is, I mean, these books, like on Amazon, I'm looking at them and they do have like unbelievable ratings, like 5,106, like 4.7 stars. They are really unbelievable books, but I don't recommend like a lot of books. One of the things I'm realizing, dude, is like, holy fuck. And this is like back to our YouTube conversation. Look at my fucking age demographic, dude. 39% 18 to 24, 47.9% 25 to 34, only 8.6% 35 to 44. Like, these motherfuckers are so young, dude. And it's like fucking crazy. I know for a fact that like The Untethered Soul is just not gonna resonate with someone that's 18 to 24. They just don't have enough pain. They don't have enough fucking like. It's not hard enough yet. It's just not hard enough yet, dude. Like that's the problem. Like,
that's probably true. I mean, because look at me, like I probably would fall into that category.
You're pretty young, right? I always forget.
Yeah, I'm 23, so
Holy
I am
fuck.
18 to 24 demographic.
Jesus Christ, man, that's fucking insane. See, with you, like when I think about that, I'm like, where are you going to be when you're 30? Like, you're going to own YouTube. Just the whole thing. Because you have this mind. That's what's so powerful about the self-improvement mindset. The fact that you have this mindset, like, in 7 years, you're already that fucking insane. And then, like, you haven't even begun your life. Like, you're not even fucking a fourth of your life. It's insane. Gender is hilarious. There is a total of 3 females that watch my YouTube channel. And like,
my channels are like that too.
Oh, really? Okay, that makes me feel better. Like, yeah, I actually, like, this is the biggest fucking sausage fest, dude. It's high school all over again for me. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I can't stop it.
Dude, the stuff girls watch on YouTube is actually very fascinating to me. I feel like maybe I should try to research it or study it more, but I've also kind of just accepted the fact that because I make gaming videos, I'm just never really going to get that demographic.
Have you ever looked at like Pokey? Like I had a talk with.
Yeah, like I saw.
Did you see my Pokey video?
Analytics before.
Yeah.
Your Pokey video, I saw a little bit of it.
It's bizarre. Like my Pokey video, I talked to Pokey about this, and like it's like, yeah, the stuff that girls do is like my girlfriend just like sits and watches like true crime shit. Like she just watches like weird like emotional stories about like people that have been through like weird crimes. And like it's just very bizarre shit. Like,
I don't know. It's bizarre to us, probably.
Exactly,
right?
yeah. But to like a girl, it's like, I feel you, sister. Like, you know, like,
That's one thing that I realized about YouTube that kind of blew my mind is people will literally watch anything. Like, I genuinely believe that people will literally watch anything. I've seen videos with literal black screens for an hour with 1 million views.
I think
like,
I'm at the point where I've realized.
I don't know. I just think people will watch anything.
I think that not only will they watch anything, if your thumbnail and title is good enough, that is the content.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like if you go to any, the thing that's always really crazy to me is if you go to any video on YouTube that's like a mainstream or like really viral, literally the entire comment section is like, okay, I guess I'll watch this video finally. It's like, okay, YouTube, you win. This has been in my recommended for 2 years, you know?
Yeah.
The whole comment section is like that. It's crazy. It's like people are watching this video and they just like people will watch a video that they didn't even want to watch, that they actively didn't want to watch, you know? It's
like
crazy, but that's how it is.
I genuinely feel like 99% of the people that watch the truth behind Shroud's mixer move, they don't even know what the truth was. The truth is really interesting because I can summarize it like really simply, right? It's that I think, I've come to a big realization. This is interesting to you because like we can talk about it, but it's like I actually understand now that Mixer is not after total viewers. Like Mixer is not after concurrent viewers. That the whole way that we think of success with streaming platforms is fucked. It's not about concurrent viewers. But that's the truth, right? But nobody that watched this video actually cares about the truth. Like they just, whatever the truth is to them, that's the answer. It's like for them, the truth might be Shroud sucks, he belongs on Mixer, or Twitch. Like you look at the comments, right? The number 2 comment is Twitch burns too many bridges with their double standards with 159 upvotes. I didn't fucking say anything about that. There's nothing in here that says anything about Twitch burning bridges or like anything like that. That's the narrative that person painted on this, right? And then the third most popular one, why is it Mixer just buy Twitch? Right? Like nobody watches the video. Like they look at the title, they interpose their own like opinion on it, and then they're like, yeah, I'm good. That did it for me. Thanks, boss. And I'm like, the fuck? Like that's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. I don't entirely know if I can add anything to that point. Because I mean, you're kind of right. Like YouTube is really controlled by watch time and click-through rate, and click-through rate, I'm realizing more and more, is just like the king.
Yeah.
And like if you have a video with an above average click-through rate, you're just gonna get views.
What's above average?
You can get. So I think at least in my experience, I would say average is around 8%.
Okay.
10% is like slightly above average, and every video that I've posted with a 12 to 15% click-through rate has gone on to get pretty decent views, I think. Mm-hmm. And I've had videos with like 20%, and those always pop off.
Okay.
But it does seem like you can make content that gets watch time on like pretty much anything, for the most part.
Paintbrush says that
as
we
long
hit.
As you're not like hardcore clickbaiting.
Yeah.
You should be able to get like some amount of watch time if your content is competent.
One of the Paintbrush said we hit 15% of the Shroud videos. That holds up to what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that I really like, I'm looking at Philip DeFranco right now. This guy does the same 5 titles for fucking everything. So it's like why people are freaking out. Mm-hmm. You can look at this, right? Look at this. Why people are freaking out. 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 And then, wow. Disgusting. Wow. Wow. Right? Wow.
Yeah,
what?
Dude,
Whoa.
Philip DeFranco's a god, honestly.
But yet every video gets 1 million views. Every single one. Yeah. So it's like, this is a guy that literally uses the same 5 titles and just fucking, and like kills it. And like, also his thumbnails are him and the 2 people that he's talking about every time.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I learned that was really important about this channel was if you go back into my channel and you go now like down here, like I know it's like a little bit delayed if you're watching it, but like down here, everything about these videos had me in them. And it's like John Wick 3 movie review with like me in the title. And then I was like, wait, no one gives a fuck about me. Because that goes back to what we were talking about like before, which is like, nobody watching knows who I am. So I went to here and then I saw this video, Nadeshot versus Nick Merckx, who's right, with a picture of Nadeshot and Nick Merckx on it. Got 53K views, which was more at the time than I had gotten on any other video. And I was like, wait a minute. Right?
Yeah, I actually watched that video. I remember. It was a good video.
Thank you. But like the point of it was like, here I am down here, like why Article 13 is good for you and content creators, which is just like a video that's like super controversial, so it got views. But my dumbass is sitting here like looking like I'm like important. No one knows who the fuck I am. So then then you go back up here, Shroud, XQC, right? Mark Cuban, Double Lift, Ninja. And it's like, oh, like I know that guy. I'll click on, it's like, that's fucking great.
Yeah, it's definitely true. Like a vast majority, it's very different to Twitch, right? Like a vast majority of your viewers on YouTube are going to come from people who are not subscribed to you, that have never seen your channel before. And as a result, like people who have literally never heard the name Devin Nash before, they're just not going to care, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is something that I really like about making videos about individual games like Overwatch, for example, is it's really easy to appeal. I think making videos about an individual game in a focused way is one of the easiest ways to grow on YouTube, because it's very easy to make content that appeals to a completely brand new audience, because there are so many people watching just Overwatch content in general, or whatever other game it is.
You know what's crazy is we ran some stats on Twitch, and we this is really nuts. We found that broadcasters that are older than 3 years old are almost universally declining in viewership across the platform, except there was an X factor. Every single person that is doing a consistent YouTube, and not just uploading like Let's Plays, but actually uploading videos and like doing like game highlights and trying, is growing in viewership by 30% or more.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yep, 30% or more. So every streamer that's focusing on broadcasting only is actually getting fucked. Unless you're in Just Chatting. Just Chatting as a channel is going up 36% against the other most popular channels. So Just Chatting is the only place you even have a chance at discovery. But if you're below like 3,000 viewers on Just Chatting, you're fucked anyway. So like it is literally, and I mean I need to find like a more extreme, like build the wall type of way to say this, because people actually can't understand this. It is literally useless to stream on Twitch. It's utterly useless. It is literally useless. There is no point unless you do discovery somewhere else.
Yeah, just stream on YouTube.
That might be better. I mean, like, well, you know, my opinion is that YouTube is going to take over streaming, right? Like, you know that, right?
Yeah. I've watched. So I actually watch your stream a decent amount.
Oh,
I just
thanks.
never talk in chat because
I
don't like talking in chat on streams usually. But yeah.
Fuck chat. Fuck you guys.
I don't like the attention. Every time I talk in a stream, everyone always talks shit about me. I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? And they're like, Jeremy, shut the fuck up. Fucking clickbait, garbage, trash videos.
That's fucking
like,
amazing.
Okay, I'm going to go back to not talking.
That's fucking amazing. That won't happen in this chat, dude. Everybody will be friendly.
True. That is true. You actually have a very fantastic chat.
It is a weird community. Yeah. It's a group of people that are pretty great. And I've been in my head about this because like I'm like, sometimes I just sit down and like get mad. We were talking about this at the beginning, right? Like people that just like watch fucking TV shows, and then like God, this sounds so evil, but like, and I'm not talking about Trainwrecks here, okay? Because Trainwrecks does other content. I promise I'm not talking about Trainwrecks, okay? But there are some people that just sit and watch videos every stream. And like, to be clear, like Tyler doesn't do that, right? Yeah. Tyler actually has like a big, like he has like a wide variety of content.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
There are people, I mean, there are people that do this every stream, okay? And it's like a part of me just like wants these people to be DMCA'd, because I like, it's so evil, but it's like, fuck, like you're getting away with murder.
It's crazy to me,
you're
like
doing nothing.
how much people get away with on Twitch. Like I've been making YouTube videos for 8 years, and even 8 years ago, people were getting shut down left and right for DMCA, copyright music, and everything. And it's just blows my mind how Twitch streamers have just gotten away with everything up until this point, and there's
Yes.
still like many Twitch streamers are still entitled to where like
There's
if
people
they get
watching
DMCA, they're just like, what the hell? This is BS. But like,
Yeah, there's
dude,
people watching
that's been
fucking
my life
television,
forever,
right? There's people
you know?
watching fucking television all day, every stream to 15,000 viewers. How the fuck is this happening? Like, dude, like, where's the SWAT team? Like, where's the Delta Force? Send someone. It drives me crazy. Like, you can't get something for nothing in this world. There is no free lunch.
It's really insane, but I mean, they'll get shut down eventually, honestly.
I know they will. And what's going to happen is because the way that DMCAs work is it's retroactive. So what'll happen is they'll get like 150 fucking DMCA requests at once for all. No, that will really happen. It won't be one. It'll be because you know when people get busted for DMCA, it's every song you listen to. It's not one. It's not one. It's like people assume it's gonna be like, oh, I watched one fucking video about like Fear Factor or something. I'm gonna get one DMCA. No, motherfucker. You're gonna get a DMCA for every episode you watch. If you watch 30 episodes, that's 30 fucking DMCAs. And those channels are just gonna instantly evaporate. I'm gonna be like, whoa! Like, it's just gonna be great. Holy shit, I can't wait. I actually can't wait.
I don't ever take. I try to not find enjoyment in other people's misery.
Oh, the fucking here's High Road Andy over here, boys. Like,
it will definitely be interesting when it happens because it's gonna happen. You know, it will happen eventually.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like mainstream people don't know about Twitch. I don't know how they don't know yet, but I guess they don't.
It's a matter of time. Yeah. It's a matter of time. What if you delete your VODs? That should work. I think that should work. Like, yeah, I'm not like Jeremy, dude. I'm not lawful good here, okay? I'm not like, I'm telling you right now, I will be sitting there. I would like to say with a glass of wine, but I'm not that sophisticated. I will be sitting there with my green tea, I will put on some classical music at max volume as I scroll through the Reddit thread of people that are banned from DMCAs. It'll be fantastic.
I mean, I've been DMCA'd before. Like I've had in my entire lifetime, I've had probably I think 4 copyright strikes on YouTube videos
across all your channels.
Across all my channels combined. Obviously, they were all like big mistakes and things that we really try to avoid. But it's not fun. Like it's stressful. Like the worst. Yeah. I had a channel that had 2 strikes for about 1 day once because I accidentally used a song that I thought was copyright free, but then it turns out it wasn't. And someone had like ripped the song. It actually blows my mind that I can't believe this happened to me, where somebody basically stole the song from someone else and then uploaded it to a platform and said that it was copyright free.
Holy shit.
Oh, I can't believe I used that song, dude. That shit was so sad, but fortunately we're able to get it removed. But dude, getting DMCA, it's kind of scary, man. It's scary because it's like you think it's not going to happen until it does, and then when it does, you just get fucked. I know it's like really incredibly stressful when that happens. Like, yeah, but at the same time, dude, like, honestly, like, I have no sympathy for a streamer that's just like getting their entire content from like, okay. I have a very big like Salem witch trial level vendetta against people that do shit content. Okay.
Okay. And what I mean is like I think that like there should be an effort to provide value in some way, and I don't like the concept of like so like here's the fucking heaven hell like spiritual battle in my heart. Okay, like I understand that reality TV is a thing. And that like content like the Raj Patel like actually has this place because that's actually unique content, right? That's like it might be to some people, and to me it might be like kind of like bottom tier content. I mean, I equate it to literally the same thing as like you're not the father, and then like he throws a chair, like it's that shit, right? Like, but that's at least unique, right? Like that's something that like some people had to think up, and like an interaction created like a unique content. But like the drama farming like TV watching like that shit, that's like not doing anybody any favors for any platform. Like that's gotta go. And if Amazon knew, if like the right people at Amazon knew that was going on, that shit would be on it, because you better believe that shit wouldn't be on Mixer.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
I think this is something that we struggled. I remember when I was first making League of Legends videos, it was something we struggled a lot with, because in League of Legends, especially in the early days, there were a lot of people who would make like these crazy videos, like I guess Uber Danger is a good example, where he would spend like 100 hours plus on every video, and then you would have people that just like record a full gameplay in 45 minutes and
do
just
better.
upload it.
Yeah.
And do better, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of have to realize that like content is not, like the value of content is not decided by how many hours is put into it. It's really just all based on the entertainment value and really how entertaining it is to watch for a viewer. And low effort content like that is really fun to watch. It just is, you know, it's like you're watching a TV show with your friend. It's I mean, fun content to watch based on how the fact that it's successful means it's good content, basically.
Right. Yeah, exactly. No, that's 100% right. It's just like, it just drives me crazy. Like, yeah. But that's true. It really is true. It's like what defines good content is if it is viewed by a lot of people and its engagement rate, right? Yeah.
Pretty much.
One thing I'm realizing though is like, I think the upper echelon for the type of videos that are going on the Devin Nash channel is actually higher than a lot of channels. The Shroud and Optic video made me realize that like, if I get this formula right, this channel could actually be like decently good. Like
yeah, I would love to talk more about your channel in specific, actually, because so I was watching your stream a little bit yesterday, and I remember and of course I just look at your channel a lot because I watch a lot of your videos, and you know, we talk about YouTube and stuff. But I remember, I think on your stream, maybe it wasn't yesterday, maybe it was a couple days ago, but you were kind of explaining to your chat about your content and how you think like the videos with the Harvard psychiatrist are like your prime content that you want to like put out to the world. Like, this is the good you're doing in the world. And then you said like, oh yeah, but no one's ever going to care about this.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
And when I saw that, when I heard you say that, I was like, okay, I have to come on, because I completely disagree with you.
Really?
I think it is very, very, very possible to get people to care about this content, but the way you're approaching it from a fundamental level at your core is completely wrong, and your entire mindset like is just not going to work. Like, from what I've seen, you're basically just like writing off the content as like, oh yeah, no one's going to care about this, so it's not going to be successful, so why even try? Like, that's kind of the vibe that I feel like I'm getting from you. But I feel like it's very possible to make this content successful. Obviously, I don't know if it's going to be as successful as like the truth behind Shroud's Mixer Move, but I definitely think you can make it very successful. And there's, you know, how many self-improvement channels are there on YouTube? Like, there's so many that I've seen that do pretty high-level content, and they can still pull, you know, 5-10 million views a month and get really great views on a lot of their content. So even stuff that's like long form.
So, have you ever heard of Charisma on Command?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. So this is one of my favorite videos, one of my favorite channels. So I agree with you that like self-development content but this is like, looking at something like this is a completely different way to do a video, right? But what I'm saying is like so there's a couple of videos that are going to be coming out that I know for a fact are going to get like 1 to 3K views. Okay. So 2 videos that I just did with a VP at Amazon, who's also like one of my really good friends. They are the best resume.
Yeah, Ethan Evans.
Yeah,
right?
videos that I've ever, like, if you watch, I think a total of like 2 hours of content, you will never need to watch another career development video again. It's the best stuff I've ever created on that. But nobody will care. Like, nobody will care about it.
No.
No.
The thing is that you have to understand is you can make people care about the content.
How?
It's all about how you frame the content in the video. It's all like, the thing about self-improvement content or this like high level in-depth content is that it's very, very inaccessible to the average viewer.
Yes.
Like, the average viewer does not care about this really high level stuff. And there aren't really self-improvement channels that make these crazy in-depth videos and title them in that way. But you can make videos like the videos with the Harvard psychiatrist or with Ethan and market them in a way that is similar to the Charisma on Command channel. where you essentially make them very accessible. You focus on the result of the self-improvement content. Like that's the thing with self-improvement content is people always focus on the result or the outcome, right? Like they don't buy into the information.
So you're saying
They
like
buy
get
into the
any
outcome,
job,
right?
get any job, all caps type of
Yeah,
stuff
so
like
you
that.
could call the video
Yeah.
like, 10 ways to get a 100K salary job or something like that.
10 ways to get an executive job. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like you really just need to make the content a lot more accessible and market it better, basically, is
When
what
you
I'm
say
telling
market
you.
it better, what does that mean?
So it does basically come down to the thumbnail and title, but I think more importantly than that is how you're kind of describing or sort of framing the content of your videos. And I actually have an example that I prepared for you for this.
Oh shit, dude! This is why I love you, dude. Like he's like
Because I actually found this
notepad.
yesterday and I was like, oh, this kind of describes my example. So it's kind of a small channel, but it's a guy who is making cooking videos, right?
All right. Yeah.
And I'll link you some of them.
Yeah.
And it's basically just like his videos are great, they're fantastic,
So
but
insanely-
the essence of his videos are basically just a recipe for a burrito. This is a burrito recipe. It's like 2 minutes long, but the way the content is framed is so impressive to me because the video title, "Why Are Restaurant Burritos
better than homemade?" Does he
The
actually
thing
answer
that
that
is
question, or does he not give a fuck?
Yeah, he does. He does answer the question, but the essence of the video is basically how to make a burrito, how to make a good burrito, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, the way the content is framed with the title is so impressive to me because it gets people to care about it, right? Like this is a video that you would watch even if you don't care about making a burrito because because of how the content is framed and how the title is set up. The video is interesting to you even if you don't actually care about a burrito recipe. Like it makes the content more than it is basically just from having a good title. And I feel like this is something you could definitely do with your really in-depth, high-level self-improvement videos to where you just kind of like make them seem like they're more than they are. And as a result, it gets people who wouldn't necessarily be interested in the content of the video to now all of a sudden actually care about it and be more interested in it.
Why are restaurant Brussels sprouts better than yours? Why is this working?
Because it's so much more interesting than just a good recipe for Brussels sprouts or like something like that,
Also,
like how many people would watch a video that's called a fun, good recipe for Brussels sprouts or like how to make good Brussels sprouts versus the way this guy frames his content of why are restaurant Brussels sprouts better than yours? I feel like it's so much more accessible to the average viewer. And it also draws in people who wouldn't necessarily care about the content originally, like that wouldn't really care to look up a Brussels sprout recipe or something like that.
I actually know exactly what he means. I clicked on that goddamn video even though I didn't want to watch it. This is fucking fantastic. Yeah, Tim, no problem, dude. I saw your message before too. I read everything in chat. Like, holy fuck, that's like he only has 39K subs too. Did he just start? This guy's gonna be huge.
He's like blowing up because of the momentum from his burrito video. I'm pretty sure the views that he's getting on his older videos are literally because his burrito video did well.
I see. Okay.
And it's just like the momentum is carrying the rest of his content.
What is your opinion on character limit in titles? That is a huge thing that I think about. Why are Brussels sprouts better than your restaurant? That's a lot of characters. Character count.
So
that's 54 characters.
It depends a lot on what kind of strategy you're going for. Like I make a lot of videos with really, really long titles because I will try to capture a couple of keywords. Like I'll usually always put the name of the game that I'm making videos about in my titles. In general, my titles are pretty long, but I think
what's
overall,
pretty long to you? Like how many characters?
Like, so the max is 100.
Yeah.
A lot of my titles are around probably 70 to 80, maybe more.
That's a lot. Wow.
But I think in general, shorter titles are definitely better.
I agree. Do you know who the best person on YouTube is for titles? I think.
Who?
My boy.
Oh yeah.
KSI stole my dog. Like, or like,
Yeah,
I also really
definitely.
like a love story. Period. Right. So I was thinking about this framing exactly like you said, and I did an Ethan Evans video where we talked about personality tests, and I wanted to try the title "I took a personality test" instead of like personality test with Ethan Evans, like that kind of thing, right? Like I took a personality test, like period. And the way that Logan Paul is using periods is really interesting. I fell in love. Period. That's really interesting to me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. He has his.
Yeah, Logan and Jake Paul have fantastic. Just.
Do you know the? Do you know like the truth behind Logan Paul? I gotta
Not
link you.
really.
I have to link you a podcast. Was it Impulsive 34 that we went over, the one where he goes over Fox 6 News? Fuck, I have to find this. This one, I found it instantly. Okay, you need to watch this entire podcast.
Okay.
And like actually, okay? Because
Okay.
I've always wanted to do a breakdown on my YouTube channel of this podcast. So I always thought Logan Paul was like a fucking memer, right? Like he's just this guy.
No, he's brilliant, dude.
He understands more about like marketing than you and I will ever understand combined. He is
no,
so.
I think they're genuine like geniuses.
Yeah,
like
they are.
Something that I think Logan and Jake Paul do insanely well is they always get like some really awesome and interesting thing in their videos that draws viewers in. Like they do such a good job of vlogging with an intention of like getting some kind of thing to use as the title and thumbnail for the video. And just their overall like content strategy is so good. Like
he has a
like nobody on YouTube blows up by accident, you know?
Yep, exactly. Did you catch that? Oh, this is a whole nother topic, but the girl in her van that everyone said was like a YouTube player.
The one that had 2 videos and had a million
even though it made perfect
right?
sense, like to anybody that understands the analytics, like that it wasn't gamed at all. Yeah, like
dude, people are crazy, man.
I know, they're so dumb. Yeah,
Susan Wojcicki was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna blow up your channel," and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, the CEO of YouTube made her video blow up or something." It's
right?
Like
it's like that dumb. Yeah. So in this video, in this podcast, Logan Paul so he does an interview with Fox 6 News. Okay, and when I watched this interview, I legitimately thought that Logan Paul was losing it. Like, and everybody did. There were so many, like he just did terrible in this Fox. Like he came out and he was like, I'm fucking finished. I'm on drugs. I can't I can't keep going. I'm losing money. Like he was really dramatic. He was crying. And then I was like, holy fuck, Logan Paul is donezo, dude. Like he's tapped out. And then on this podcast, he breaks down every second of it and how it was all gamed for headlines. And
God.
It was so fucking, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. He literally breaks, and like he does, like what he'll do is he role plays if he was going to give the Fox 6 media trained response, and then he gives his real response. And he breaks down like the whole thing. And I was like, this for all the shit that I ever researched on marketing, this was probably one of the top 3 or 4 most influential things I've ever seen. In terms of marketing, it was unbelievable how good this was and how he thinks about this. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, you we'll talk about it afterwards. You'd love it.
For sure.
Because what's so crazy about Logan is he understands everything. He knows all the analytics. He knows all the earned media. He knows everything.
Oh yeah.
But everyone thinks he's just a fucking dumbass jock. And I still get people in my chat that come in daily and are like, dude, Logan Paul's such a fucking idiot. I'm like, man, oh, he also has a really interesting segment where he talks about how he uses his haters to work for him. So he's like, I fucking love haters. Like they work for me. They do work for me, and they don't even know it. And I'm like, this guy is so fucking smart. Holy shit! I still need to do this
haters
breakdown.
get you more attention than like any other type of viewer ever.
Yeah,
I think
he said that one of the things that I still carry with me, and I talked to him about this. No, it's him. It's him. It's not his managers. It's fucking him. Listen to this. It's him. I get so excited when I talk about this shit. This is why I love talking to Jeremy. Like holy fuck, I love this shit. Like, it's fucking him. You can listen to this podcast and you'll see it's not his managers. The crazy thing is, like, he literally said the only way to kill me is to not talk about me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like Shibo said, Logan Paul's manager sounds like an idiot compared to him. No, for 100%. Yeah, the managers are dumb. Like, yeah, the only way to stop Logan Paul is to stop talking about him, but you can't, because like he'll just up the ante into the next most dramatic thing. You know?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, so many people in content creation get big just by talking shit about other people.
Yeah.
Or just like doing crazy shit that other people talk shit about them for.
There's a really shitty drama on Twitch right now. There's a meta of like
yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about it.
I don't care. I mean, unless you don't want to talk about it for some reason.
Nah. I don't like talking about drama because I don't want to be involved.
No, it's not specific drama. I'm just talking about the meta. It's like one streamer,
like on live stream fails. Like, dude, I swear this has happened to like 4 or 5 different people in the last like couple of months, where it's like one streamer talks some mad shit about other streamers, and then everyone's shitting on them, and then, dude, the fucking big brain play is then they get to go on that person's stream and have a debate.
Yeah,
it's like, what?
Yeah,
this person literally just created a career out of talking shit about you.
Yeah,
and you let them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like people are so, and like the thing is that the streamers themselves, they don't even know they're doing it. They can't help themselves. Yeah,
I mean, it's good content though. It's good content, even though
it's
kind of stupid.
I can't stand. I'm so sick of it.
I mean, not for you, but
I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of going on a stream and listening to 4 people talking to Discord about some stupid ass shit. Like, I can't fucking do it anymore. It's fucking brainlet level shit, dude. It is fucking amoeba level shit. And then the fucking the people in chat that are saying like the clip chimps, the people that they will sit in your chat.
Clip chimps, dude.
Yeah, they'll wait for something. Like a 20-second out of context thing. One of the ones that I got was I was cracking a joke about how CEOs can skip lines, right? Like how you just like
yeah, I saw that clip.
Yeah, push aside a grandma, push aside a baby or something. Like, who gives a fuck, right? You're a CEO, no one cares. And then like the literal title at LSF, top of the fucking page, was like, CEO thinks he's better than everyone else by pushing through lines. Instantaneously, like 2K upvotes. Entire comments are like, this guy's a fucking idiot. Like, fuck this guy. And I'm like, oh my fucking god. Like, it's so bad. Holy shit.
Yeah, it is what it is, though.
I guess that's a weird thing to like.
I mean, that's like the problem is really more so just there's no other way to Twitch, right? Like, I don't fault people for doing something that makes them grow when there's like no other way to do it, right?
Yeah, that's all you can do on Twitch. You can't,
like, it's on YouTube. There's so many ways to grow and get discovered, and on Twitch, it's like seems like the only ways to grow a Twitch stream are number 1, YouTube channel, of course. Number 2, live stream fails. Number 3, collabing with other streamers. So why not collab? Why not combine number 2 and 3? And that's a great way to grow a stream.
Yep. Yeah, and distant 4th and 5th are like Instagram. I think that Instagram can grow, like especially in like
interesting.
Oh, have you heard about like our research on Fortnite category?
No.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take a week real quick, and then I'll tell you about this. This is pretty crazy. Meanwhile, you can like chat. You can, if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in control. I trust you.
I can talk to chat.
Yeah.
Hi, chat.
Don't say the N-word. Okay, bye.
If anyone has any questions they want me to answer about YouTube, I'd be happy to do my best. Where do I strike a line between passion and marketing logic? I think this is something that's probably different for everyone, because for me, the whole like marketing logic and like analytics approach is my passion. So I kind of see them as like the same thing, I would say. Do I edit my file names before uploading with the full title? So that actually used to be a thing where your file name before you uploaded the video would have an effect on the tags and the SEO for a video, but I don't think that matters anymore. That's like a really long time ago. That's from like 5-6 years ago. How oversaturated do I feel League of Legends content is at the moment? That's actually a great question. I actually think League of Legends is potentially a little undersaturated. I would have to check the analytics again for sure, but I would say it's definitely possible to grow in League of Legends as a new creator. Like that's kind of what I would say determines whether or not a market is oversaturated or not, is basically how easy is it to grow as a new creator. And League of Legends, I think it's definitely still very possible to grow as a new creator. Your title, Why Donkey Was Wrong About League. Yeah, it's not a bad title. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I would click on it, I guess. It's hard for me to just like judge a title without really any other information though.
Dude, I actually was thinking this is actually so relevant to you. Okay, so because you don't have any Instagram presence at all, right?
I don't.
Okay, so here's what we found, okay? So at the time, I don't know how many it was now, but at the time we were doing the research, Fortnite was popping, and there was 400,000 live channels on Twitch on average at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
So what we found was there's a huge amount of channels sitting in the middle with 40 or 50 viewers. And I was like, how is this possible? There is no way these people are getting discovered on Twitch because the directory would just like, you'd have to scroll for like eons to get there, right? So I'm like, how are these people getting discovered? So what I did was I ran a two-part test. One, I did legwork. I went into the trenches and I went into their streams and started asking them. And then simultaneously, and I didn't tell anybody else this.
Damn, you actually did that? Wait, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, it was live too. We streamed it. Like some people might remember it.
Awesome.
So what I did was
it was like your content then. Okay, that's interesting.
I did, and then but I also
actually really cool. I think
it?
that's really cool. But yeah, continue.
So
Sorry.
So I went on a secondary account that was just like a dead account and because I didn't want to go on my partner account. It actually funny side story. I accidentally was not in my incognito window. I went to a girl stream on my partner's account and I got like fucking white knighted super hard by like 80 mods in their chat. Yeah, so it was like really good that I didn't actually have that. So so I went into the streams and I'd be like, hey, like just doing some research, like how did you get discovered and how do people find your channel? And then simultaneously, Nerd Fusion runs a bot that lives in every channel on Twitch above, I think it's 12 viewers.
You guys are crazy.
Yeah, I know we do fucking banana shit. So
is your bot living in my house right now?
If you have a Twitch channel, it is. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. So and so we pulled it up, and so the TLDR of this is what we found out was that all of these people were being discovered through Fortnite gameplay clips on Instagram. And then we started looking into it, and we found out that gaming clips on Instagram are actually insanely popular. And if you ever look at like an Instagram or like a Ninja, one of the huge ways
Instagram, it's like all gaming clips.
Yeah,
right?
and if you looked at the engagement on them,
they're huge.
They're fucking insane. Oh, like 1 million per clip. And this is an entirely new audience. I actually think that you should make an Instagram for your YouTube and see what it does. Just and like it's
I should honestly.
It's zero work too. I mean, just upload the shit that you already have.
I think uploading our stuff to other social medias is definitely something that we should probably get into at some point.
Yeah, it's big brain.
I think we've just gotten so used to just like YouTube is our thing. And I've always kind of approached it from like, why would I do an Instagram when I could just do another YouTube channel?
I guess.
Especially because we don't really care about growing a personality or a brand. Like our entire content and channels in general just exist entirely off of the YouTube system.
Yeah.
And natural viewership there. But yeah, it's something I want to try to get into eventually. I know it's not that much more like effort. It's hard when you have so many different channels though, because we can't just like do one. I mean, we can't just like do one Instagram with every channel.
Why not?
So, like if we're gonna do one Instagram, then we could do one Instagram for every channel individually.
Why not make like a central? You already have a central Curios brand because everything almost everything you have is branded Curios. Yeah. And so like I wonder what would happen if you just made an Instagram clips channel. Like an Instagram channel that was like gaming highlights and clips, and that was all it did, and it just existed as an entity for all of your channels, and then it pointed to various YouTubes. I actually think you could create a funnel where you funneled people into specific YouTubes that you wanted based on based on your focus on Instagram that week. So you make 7 videos or 7 to 9 posts, because they usually come in grids, right? There's 9 posts, and then you do 9 posts and you funnel those all towards a certain YouTube, and then you do that again and again and again, and you name it something androgynous, like absolute best, like best gaming moments or something, Curios best moments, something like that. And the objective would be to drive subscribers. Yeah.
Something I want to get into doing eventually. I don't know how to answer this question because it's part of the conversation that I wanted to have off stream with you.
Yeah, we can do that later. Yeah.
But basically, up until recently, my workload was like too much to do new platforms and new projects like this. But I think in the future I'll be able to.
What? So do you have how does your team work? Do you have editors? Or are you editing all your shit?
So, this is one of the things that I guess we can talk. So we can talk about it maybe a little bit on stream. I have to be kind of careful because there's just like a few things I can't talk about and some NDAs and things. But
yeah, I'm an open book. So I can't tell you.
I'm currently in the process of restructuring my entire company, like from the ground up. We like changed the entire management, and we're changing the entire structure of like how we operate. And
holy fuck!
And everything. That's like the main conversation I wanted to have with you off stream, was just like your advice on that.
Okay, we can do that.
Previously, I was kind of just running everything myself, where I had a big team of editors, a couple managers, but I would still like direct the content myself, and not make the content, but just like kind of direct it and like be the ideas guy and like the vision guy of the whole thing, designing the video ideas, the channel strategy, as well as like the SEO, titles and thumbnails and stuff. But it got to a point where I realized that it wasn't as scalable as I initially thought heading into that business model. When I started that business model, I thought I could scale it infinitely, you know, because, whatever, it takes me like a couple hours and I can make the video ideas for a month for a channel, right? So I could do probably 50 channels like this. But then eventually I realized like the workload for me personally was a little bit too much for it to be as scalable as I wanted it to. And then especially like once we started doing more than 10 channels, it became like a really big, I started to get really burnt out, I think, because it was like way too much for me. And I have this problem where I just really hate turning down a potential opportunity on YouTube, because I feel like one missed opportunity could have such a big impact, whereas like one successful channel could literally just like go on to make like buckets of money, basically. So I always feel like really, really bad about saying no to a channel idea or like a new game or something like that we could potentially cover. But there's really like so much more that I want to do that we haven't really been able to get around to until hopefully the future, where now I'm essentially switching the business to a model that I can only describe as like channel franchising.
Yeah, we can talk about it offline if you don't want to talk about it here. Yeah, like that's totally fine.
So we can talk about it in a general sense on stream. I think I just can't get into the specifics, if that's fine.
Yeah, sure. Well, whatever you want. I'm an open book, so I just talk about everything. But like that's because I know that everyone else is too lazy to do it. So that's like that. But like, just do whatever you want to do. Yeah.
So the big switch is really we went from paying our editors. Everyone was getting a flat rate payment, and then now we're switching to basically channel franchising, where I say, okay, like, I'll give you the reins, like I'll give you the control and really everything, and I'll also expect you to actually do everything. And we're going to switch to a rev share model, and I'll just like coach you and kind of help you and promote the channel from our other channels, and just kind of like give you the direction and then everything you need to know. And then once you're set up and running, then I'll kind of just take a back seat to the point where I can set up channels to where they're still doing well and they're set up well and the content's good, but I'm basically doing like almost nothing for it eventually.
Do you think
that's kind of like what we're building towards now? Do
you think the value of that is enough to justify the holy shit? Hot Chubby just holy crap.
We met her at
oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Wait, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, thank you so much. Oh my god, that's insane.
Dude, her YouTube is awesome.
Is it? Oh, I haven't even seen her YouTube.
Really?
No.
All right, well, let's check it out, man. Her YouTube's doing really well.
Hello, I am Korean. I am not good at English. I really should have listened. Like that's her entire marketing is like, hey, I don't speak English. And I was like, she speaks English. And I was like, oh no. Oh wow, this is good. Look at the thumbnails and the So you've actually seen this before?
Oh yeah, dude. Of course. I try to study like as many YouTubers as possible. I've actually spent a lot of time studying Korean YouTubers because I kind of dabbled with translating my videos before in the past. Korean content on YouTube is actually crazy. It's actually like so many viewers in Korean on YouTube. It's awesome.
Interesting.
Like there's a huge market there, and the CPM is actually like almost comparable to English. One of the few languages that's like that.
But she's so she's how is this work? Does she have an editor that's actually taking these videos and editing them? Like,
she definitely has editors.
Okay.
I saw. Well, maybe she wouldn't want me to talk about it.
Oh, it's Vaudity.
I saw posts of her like looking for
that's
editors
why.
and,
It all makes sense now. It's Gary. It's fucking Gary. Of course it's Gary. Everything makes sense now. Say no more. Do you know Gary?
Gary edits?
Vaudity. The guys that do Destiny and they do like Destiny, Lily, like they do like a ton of people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If that's true, that makes all the sense as to why this is. Yeah. Because like that's like that's a dude I should introduce you to. He's a friend of mine.
Oh yeah.
He and I like meet like once a month, like to talk like Twitch or YouTube analytics. And I just like we bounce back and forth. Yeah. This guy is like the secret king. Gary is not one guy. Gary is 40 guys. He used to be one guy. He's like the dude that translates Twitch to YouTube. That's like his deal. That's like what he does. And so this looks like Gary's work for sure. Yeah.
Yes, legacy.
I don't know if I have anything else to add. But yeah.
We're watching the. Oh yeah, this is like fully edited.
Pharmacy boss name what is this? Pharmacy boss. Boss. Pharmacy.
Her English is actually worse than the Korean people over here that she's working with. Can we get a Gary interview? Yeah, probably. I mean, that would be really interesting. I can definitely ask him if he wants to come on. He's never like talked about. He's like the Illuminati. Like he's like the YouTube Illuminati. He does every popular person's Twitch channel. Like every Twitch channel that's popular, I can point you to like 8 or 9. He might not even want all of those people mentioned, but like so I won't tell you like who they are, but every time he basically runs this like shadow empire where it's him and like a bunch of different managers. And they all do that. Like, yeah, it's really crazy. It's so weird how you're like, are you like kind of shy on streams, you think?
Yeah, definitely, I would say.
My dude,
I'm just like not really a streamer.
We gotta talk more, like, and then it'll get better, cause people love you, dude. You're doing great.
Aw, thanks, Devin.
Yeah,
people love you too. Okay.
I don't know about that, but yeah. Go over to LSF and make a thread. Ask them. We'll see what they think. Yeah, I never even saw Hot Chubby's channel. This is like really interesting. I'm gonna binge this. I'm gonna go see like. I really do want to get my editing like up to par with like some of the ways that they do this, like the way that they do like the transitions and everything. But I'm just not good at it yet. I need to vlog, dude. She has a vid with 500,000 views? Really? I think I should. Do you think I should vlog?
Vlogging, I think, is very difficult to be successful with on YouTube.
I think
if you mean like IRL streaming, though,
no,
I would say that's pretty cool.
I mean, like on this, do some super personal videos in different environments. Because think about it, I'm already pretty close to vlogging already, anyway. Like, what I'm saying is like, if I okay, I'm on my phone. I bust out and I start just rapping about something, not like yo, but like, I mean, like, let me drop some bars like that. But I mean, like, I start rapping about a subject that's like something that I'm just thinking about off the cuff, and I just go, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be really good. I'm not describing this very well.
Yeah, I honestly don't have any idea what you're talking about.
God damn
it.
Okay,
but I think vlogging in general can be cool. Do it. I think it'd be good content and you have fun with it. Then there's always like, you can find a way to market anything to be successful with on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think like as long as the content is good, and with vlogging, I think the best thing you can do, at least on YouTube, is vlog in a way where you have at least one thing in your vlog specifically that can be used for a really interesting title and thumbnail.
Yeah.
Where you have like some kind of interesting situation or a crazy event or a special moment that happens. Like that's something that the Pauls do really well.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm not chubby, and I'm Korean girl. This is Snake.
This is amazingly endearing. She did this video herself? The fuck, dude?
Do you know what? Totally true? This is true?
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
She's doing, this is actually like better than Vodi's team.
I'm gonna hit you.
I'm gonna hit you. Punch.
I like being punched by cute girls.
Oh
This must take like hours to edit.
my god. Oh, relax, please.
This is really, really good content. Like legitimately really good.
Back? Back? He pulled the back? I don't understand. What? Ah! Oh my god. I understand. Okay.
I'm not cute enough to like pull this off. I can't do this, but I could do like some like real hitting good like I don't know talking content. I'm not IA enough, dude. How did this get yeah, of course this took too much time. This would be like 2 or 3 hours of editing at least. Jeremy would know more. I think
Yeah, definitely at least a few hours. Like it's not
yeah.
It's pretty like it's the editing to make a video like this is a lot more complicated than it looks, I think.
Oh, for sure, because you have to insert stuff every frame. This is a lot. Wow, 35 viewers to 100. So she was not even doing this before. She had 30 viewers at the time of this video. Chill girl. Thanks, Zeke 211. All right, like. It's so funny that the names of the people that come into girls' chats, especially at first, it's probably different now, but like, you just know that they're 14. It's always like Zipper 378569 XXY. Like it's just like the most. It's just the most like.
Dude, what are you talking about? Zipper 39. That's my boy.
That's my bro, dude. Like it's never like you always know like the people that make names like Darkness Incarnate. Like that's a brony, right? That's like a 30-year-old brony.
Yeah.
And then like the person that like, and then like there's the people that just want to watch the world like burn, and those are the people that like they make names like like it's like some variation like Twitch Prime, but it's like Twitch Crime, and it's like some variation, and then it's like some clever like those are like the people that just want to watch the world burn. And then you've got your like Zipper39, who's like a 14-year-old kid whose dad set up his account. He doesn't know what he's doing here. He's like, he doesn't know how he got here, but he sees like a girl on the screen, and it's like the first time that he's ever had an interaction with a girl. So he writes out like chill girl on his like dad's like 15-year-old laptop. Like that's Zeke39, dude. That's Zipper39. And then above him you got Staker49. Who's the people? Ha 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 ha. This dude's English is worse than Hot Chubby's, and he's fucking an English native. So like you can't even understand what this means, right? And I don't even know what the fuck is going on after that up here. Like, dude, that's crazy that she was putting this kind of effort into videos when she had that few viewers. Like, she's committed to quality, dude. Like, this is a person that is super committed to quality. Like, she did this when she had 30 viewers. And I bet that her YouTube was a big part of her growing. Because look, this was May 15th that she posted this. That's really crazy. So see, dude, she grew on YouTube. Her oldest videos are 8 months ago. Wait, but she had that's 1,000 subscribers for her.
I like how you see 1,000 subscribers and you instantly think that it's Twitch subscribers.
I was like, how is that possible?
Yeah, I think she takes after a lot of the really popular Korean YouTubers. Like, I notice a lot of like people who make videos in Korean have like a very similar editing style and like.
Yeah. There's a really wholesome person I watch that does like mukbang, and it's this tiny Japanese lady that eats so much food. It's ridiculous. I don't know where she is. I've shown her before. Yeah, it's Yuka. Thank you. Yeah. How do Yuko Kinashi? God, fucking chat's insane. They got it instantly. This girl, damn. She's like she looks like she weighs like 2 pounds, and this chick will just like eat hamburgers like it's her goddamn job, because it is. And it's like this is her. Yeah, it's the same type of channel. And
that is a lot of food.
She goes hard. This is nothing. I just clicked on a random video. It's like 120 dumplings. Like, this chick is off the chain, dude. She goes mad. And she just goes hard. And just
eats it all? Like in
all
every video?
Of it. Every video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And she films the whole thing. Like, she's not sneaking them under the table or anything. She just goes. I don't know how this shit works. Like, this is some fucking laws of physics defying shit. Like, she's eaten, like, this is a 13,000 calorie one in one.
Dude, that's like, dude, 13,000 calories. You eat that in a week.
Yeah.
A week.
And it's the same. The hardest thing about it for me, it's the same food. It would be like whatever if it was like, this is 17,528 in this one. Like, if it wasn't the same exact food, then it would be okay. She has a couple of videos also where she out-eats like 3 fucking sumo wrestlers at once. Like, she just out-eats all 3 of them combined. They stack the bowls together.
I don't know. That's crazy.
I know. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Like, it's just like, so 21,500, like, what? Like, this is like so insane. She like goes to a restaurant, she gets sponsored, and like the restaurant can't even deal with it. But yeah, it's that kind of theme that Hot Chubby's doing. But you can very clearly see that Hot Chubby actually started on YouTube before she moved to Twitch.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I love seeing streamers that got big from their YouTubes. It's always,
yes. I didn't even
proud.
realize this about her.
Someone in chat said the editing style is taken from Korean variety shows. Yes. Yes, that is like so true.